Hey guys, Matt here, and today I'm back with TotalGamerJunkie
Hey everyone.
for another episode of Fallstreak.
Yeah, and it was a pretty good episode.
Last episode was really good. We learnt a lot.
We found out the reason the 12 calamities exist is because they exist because 6L was in that container and she somehow manifested them.
Yeah.
And what she went through when she was a test subject was what each one of the calamities represented, like based around what she felt, what she could see, what she could hear. So
sometimes what she couldn't see.
Yeah. So it was quite interesting.
By the way, if you're interested in stories like where it's not a game, I got this.
Yeah, the Grimm's tales.
Yeah. I'm thinking for my second tale I might do story reading stuff.
Oh, okay.
Just a nice sit down and read of a story.
Yeah, that's it. I haven't read all of them, but I know a few of the stories. So
there's like ones in here called like The Donkey, Cinderella, Little Snow White.
You know what's weird about that movie, Cinderella?
What?
Why didn't a glass slipper turn because at the stroke of midnight? I remember at Cinderella, at the stroke of midnight, everything's meant to go back to normal. So she loses her dress, the pumpkin
turns back into
the carriage turns back into a pumpkin. So why does a glass slipper remain?
I do not know.
That's like such
by the way, you've just stuck the sticker.
Oh, that's fine. I was just playing with it.
Yeah. Anyways, that'll be on the second channel. Like I'll do a few of them.
Yeah.
Like probably some of the more popular ones.
Yeah.
But today we got Fallstreak.
Let's do this.
Let's get into it because we don't know how long we have.
Oh, let's click start.
Hold on.
Wait. Oh no!
Load. Load. Ooh.
I was about to say you click on save, and I saw you go over. I'm like, no.
Oh my gosh. Go for it.
Passenger bay sealed and proofed.
I'm just gonna move the mouse off to the side.
Supply depots /
depots.
Oh, depots?
No, it's pronounced depots.
Okay, depots / hydroponics secured in stasis. Terminus reactor status is 1 normal.
What? Okay. The UL refugee convoy. A detachment of vessels built directly into the HPM's framework designed to ferry the last remnants of humanity to New Socotrine. So New Socotrine is an actual place?
Yeah. I think that's because this is a prequel, right?
We're still not sure on if it's a prequel or a sequel or it's like a dream layer thing going on.
Maybe. I think if it is a prequel, then New Socotrine is a place where
in the first game, yeah,
what you were playing.
If it is a prequel again, because we don't know. It could just be dream layers for all we know.
Yeah.
And everyone's in cryosleep in the new land.
Yeah.
Like Matrix.
Yeah.
It was equipped with everything needed to sustain life in the new world.
I wouldn't say that's cryosleep in the Matrix, no, because they're like growing. Because if it's cryogenics, you freeze, so you don't age.
Like it's sort of like it.
Yeah, it's sort of like that.
It's hard to explain with Matrix if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
It's like going down the rabbit hole.
Update from internal observation post. The Claret Biomass has penetrated through the third ring and is rapidly encroaching on the second ring. Its rate of expansion is accelerating beyond established thresholds. What's our status on departure? You take this one.
Okay. All critical preparations to embark have been completed. Ancillary checklist is still pending diagnostic review.
I think that's ancillary.
Oh yeah, it makes more sense. Ancillary checklist is still pending diagnostic review.
We're leaving now. Initiate the jump sequence.
Roger.
It's just like, okay, now squat and jump.
Initiate the warp drive. Roger that.
Commander-in-Chief Verson,
Verizon, yeah, I think it's Verizon.
The second ring is the most heavily fortified ring in the facility. Why wouldn't you have that as the outside ring? It should serve as a sufficient stopgap to clear the ancillary checklist. The more of it we leave untended, the lower the success rate of the jump. We're going to take that risk. The Claret Biomass is exhibiting abnormal behavior from what we have on record. It is the bigger threat. Understood. Warrant officer, relaying departure command to subordinate vessels. And copy all copy and Wilco.
Transferring from ground to eternal power. Activating auto launch sequencer. T minus 31 seconds.
Why 31 seconds?
Yeah, I know, right?
That's dumb. Yeah. Initializing dimensional inversion module. Conceptual anchor coordinates established. A palpable tension takes hold of the room. Confirming intersection of complex space and corporeal plane. Instantaining. I think it's instantaining temporal corridor with the sea of Akira. These words are just
I thought it was like initiating, but that makes more sense. I think it's
instigating.
Instigating. Goddamn instigating.
Everything hinged on this single moment. Hold on to your butts. Yeah. Localizing inversion to fifth imaginary axis.
So it's all a dream.
No.
Imagination.
No, it's different dimensions.
Yeah. T minus 5.
Executing.
T minus 0.
That was the fastest 5 seconds ever. A familiar sense of vertigo assaults me. Not insults. It insults me and assaults me at the same time.
You have a terrible body.
Like flying through the air while being crushed against the ground. Okay, that's an interesting way of describing that. Deafened by darkness, blinded by silence. I never said science there. Blinded by science.
Blinded by
silence.
The silence of the lambs.
We went. Leaving behind the place we called home, in search of a new tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I think I am. Ratings are in. Successful entry into the Sea of Akira confirmed.
Oh, we're in the Sea of Akira now?
Systems and hull integrity are green across the board.
The room released the breath it had been holding. Wait, rooms breathe?
I think it was to be the people in the room.
I know, but wording makes it sound like the room itself breathes.
Yeah.
Did the other vessels make it? Affirmative. All subordinate vessels have reported successful egress without complication.
Well, that's a relief. Oh, that's me, yeah.
Yeah.
Transit to New Socotrine underway. Is this me as well? Or?
Yeah. You're the chief engineer.
So I'm chief engineer
and the technical.
Oh, yeah. ETA is difficult to pinpoint due to the nature of traversal, but it should take no longer than...
Oh, hello. Report, what was that?
Something's hit our hull. It's the Claret Biomass.
Wait, what the fuck? How did they get into the Sea of Akira? I've been responsible to that question.
Oh, no. I'm tracking an NSGel Rift RC signatures.
Sierra.
That bitch.
It's still alive? Sierra's still alive?
How is she still alive?
Oh, it. You don't know if it's a male or female.
I'm pretty sure Sierra's
My mind flashes back to the rift it had torn in the second ring junction intercept site. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. It's the rift from the fight.
Which fight?
The one where Sia was killed.
Ah, yeah. No, that's right. Yeah, but then how is she still alive if she died? Because they plugged her into that big.
Well, it's a dragon. You don't know if it's a male or female.
No,
it's not really even confirmed.
That's right. Sorry, no. Sierra's the dragon.
Yeah, Sierra's the dragon.
6L. Sorry. Thinking of 6L, because I was like, how's 6L, like, what happened to her? It's like,
6L is still alive, I think.
Yeah, she was plugged into the...
No, Sierra was the one that created that rift.
Yeah, that's...
And that rift is still apparently open after its death.
Yeah, Sierra. Let's get the names.
Had it planned this all along? We've lost contact with vessels 3 and 4.
Our hull's been breached.
That's your line, sorry.
It's racing to the core.
Adjutant Admiral, take command of the bridge. Yes, ma'am. Staring back through the hatch, I hurl down the hole. My feet pound against the ground amidst the creak and groan of the ship. In the distance, I could hear a low rumble as the Claret Biomass flooded through the vessel, swallowing all in its wake.
That's not good.
That is not a good sound. I had to get there before it did.
What does the biomass look like exactly? Is it?
It's like a I don't know. It hasn't really been shown. It might have been shown, but we don't really remember it.
Yeah, I don't really remember it.
Please, let me make it in time. I was so close now. Just one more turn. One more turn, and I'll be there. Or I'd be there. At her side once more.
So yeah, she's heading to 6L.
Yeah, but before I can reach it...
Oh, that's what it looks like.
Oh, that's nasty. That's nasty. That looks like a... That looks like a... You know what.
Oh, yeah, that looks like my insides after I have hot chili.
The air before me explodes. I was thinking more of a female anatomy.
Oh.
It sort of looks like that from the camera angle that we have.
What, the ovaries?
No.
Oh, I know what you mean, but I don't think we can say it.
Yeah, we can't say it, but it does look like that.
I don't know, I've never seen one up close.
A wall of flesh, rabid and
more important things to do.
Riving.
Writhing.
Oh, writhing. It filled the corridor that had been unoccupied mere moments ago, blocking my path forward.
It's like how it's like we don't even know what it looks like and it just shows up.
Yeah. Move.
Yeah, like that's gonna...
Yeah.
Like that's gonna help.
Rage. Fear at losing something dear, something precious to me. It bubbled up inside me, sparking, sending fire through my veins. For some reason, my mouth is not working today. Yeah. Get out of my way!
Move, bitch.
Get out of my way! A red haze clouds my eye as I clouds my mind as I lash out in a blind fury. Yeah, I love the art style. I used it for the thumbnail.
It looks like chalk.
Yeah, I used that. I think I used the image, like those flashes that we saw in the fight against the air for the thumbnail.
Yeah, I think you did.
Of that episode. Yeah. My blade meets its mark, slicing clean through the cordon of flesh.
I don't think that's going to do anything, though.
Nah. It parts and peels, spewing blood and viscera. But volume only seemed to multiply in response.
Like Hades. I mean, no, not Hades, like, Hydra.
Yeah.
Cut one head off, two more grow.
The wall of flesh surges and splits, and countless tendrils erupt from it.
No, I've seen enough hentai. No.
Oh no! I was arrived before, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Oh no! There were too many to evade or block. I let them crash against me, heedless of the wounds they incur. I needed to move forward. Slash after slash, thrust after thrust. Phrasing.
Boom.
I plunged my blade into the squirming flesh again and again.
Phrasing. Boom.
Its tendrils pierce and gouge into me in turn.
Phrasing. Boom.
So much phrasing here.
Yeah.
They bludgeon and batter me.
Phrasing. Boom.
As if to drown me in the very ichor I spilt. Is that right? Eclair?
Eclair.
I spilled.
Eclair.
The ship jatters as I cleave into its sides in my Führer.
My Führer.
Führer.
That's what it says. Mein Führer.
But I didn't care.
Do you get it?
No.
Mein Führer. Germany? Mein Führer. That's what it sounds like. My Führer.
No German jokes.
I'm not making a joke, I'm just pointing out how it sounds. My Führer. Mein Führer.
Don't need to point those out, Bailey.
Yeah.
I need to move forward.
Okay.
We need to move forward.
That's what she's like with my jokes. So terrible.
Just extended for no reason. My vision begins to swim as a dull ache begins to build in my skull.
She's being digested, isn't she?
Mental contamination from exposure to the sea of Claret.
See what
It threatens to steal my consciousness from me.
No, because they were heading to the sea. Now I'm confused.
No,
the biomass.
The sea is to go through to where they're going.
Okay, yeah.
But the biomass is holding them in place, I think.
Okay.
So they need to. They're trying. That's why she's trying to get to her to get her to safety.
Yeah.
But biting into my lip, I claw into wakefulness.
Okay.
Gouge, tear, slash.
Thrash.
Or thrash. Yeah, they both work. Pouring everything into my blade, I resist. I struggle with all my might, but it was no use. You want to take over for a bit?
Sure. Why? Why do you want me to take over?
Because I need to take a drink.
Even though I was so close, I couldn't advance. Every step I took forward pushed me back too.
Why not walk the opposite way so you get pushed back into
Yeah.
it? Logic!
How come nobody ever does this? We cracked the code. Every tendril I cut down, reduplicating anew. Was that as far as I went?
What's this?
Oh, was this as far as I went? Was this how it all ended?
Yes.
Tune in next time to find out.
On Dragon Ball Z. Next episode, right now.
Yeah. No. Not here. Not like this. Stone to sand.
Hey, that's my line.
Oh, I thought when you said continue to read,
Yeah.
I thought you meant.
Well, it says full, so
Yeah, but I
it's
thought
my
you
line.
said continue to read for a while. I thought you meant
Stone
this.
to sand. It's all good. It's all good.
Just me or you?
I'll go now. Words imbued with the power to bring down any obstacle. A castle on the shore, worn down by waves. Extending my hand, I invoke those words. A right hand from behind, overlaying mine. It clenches down in concert to my own. With a deafening crash, a deluge of red floods the corridor as the flesh before me crushes and compresses.
Swear to God, she's able to beat this biomass. You know, that's like.
Why didn't you do it earlier?
Yeah, it's like, what the hell are all these people?
Sorry.
It's like, what the hell are all these people bitching about anyway? It's not so tough.
Step aside! Splitting, slicing, severing with my blade. You've proven that you're stronger with your hand more than your blade. You're stronger with your words than your blade. That's ironic.
Yeah.
Since the pen is mightier than the sword.
Ah, yeah. That saying.
Yeah.
Oop.
Crushing, clenching, cratering with my hand. Yeah, stick with the hands.
So what's that ability? She's like using.
She's able to use words to like crush stuff.
Okay.
And like, whenever she sliced the mountain.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was age. That was like the first.
That was like the second episode.
Yeah. Sure.
Like the first episode you joined. Because you weren't in the first episode.
It was the first episode for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Refusing to yield, I went forth. By the way, have you watched the rest of the first game?
Oh yeah, I'm still watching that. I haven't finished it.
Have you got past the fire at least?
Yeah, I think so.
That was a good episode, wasn't it?
That's a fire that torches the city, isn't it?
Yeah. The one of the kids gets their arms ripped off.
Yeah, I'm passing. That was a good episode.
Did you love my reaction at the start?
Yeah, you're like,
oh shit! Forward. Pushing back against the tide, I advance. 1 step. 2. Forward. Don't tell me we're about to go into the
look, it's
the red zone.
Looks like it's got eyes there. There's a person.
I am not going to say what it is. Or what it's looking like from the angle that we have. But
it's looking like
all the dirty boys in the group in the audience will know what it looks like.
Resident Evil 7.
Yep.
The little girl, then she turns into that giant blob.
Yeah.
As the old lady, Evelyn.
Although that originally happened in like the 3rd game, right? Like the first time we ever see that type of boss in Resident Evil.
I think so. Like I'm not the biggest Resi fan, so I don't know my lore too well.
Forward! What even? Oh my gosh.
Can you make it?
Yeah.
From the bottom of... Am I reading?
Yeah, you can take it.
From the bottom of a dark sea was it born. Leadened, lost, and lonely. The only thing it could remember was the warmth of its mother. 6L?
Possibly.
From the bottom of the cold sea, it cried out. Mother. Mother. Oh, that's what it's looking for. SL. Maybe. It's trying to find her. But its voice never reached her. At the end of the dark sea was a faint light. Above the waves, far from reach. It wished for that light, longed for it. However, the only thing it had was itself. There was nothing else. And for that reason, it had to grow. In order to reach that faint light, in order to reach its mother. It consumed everything in its path.
So, it is talking about the Claret Biomass.
Yeah.
I guess.
Like its origin story.
Hmm.
Eating, gorging, devouring.
Yeah, the whole planet and like tasty planet.
Yeah. It built a tower of its own flesh.
Okay, yeah, that outright confirms it.
Yeah. Climbing through the depths towards the light beyond the waves.
So wait. So we've had moments like these before. Were those from the perspectives of other calamities?
Maybe.
That's weird to think about.
Yeah.
Now that you're realizing this is the Claret Biomass perspective.
Yeah, it gives you a new perspective.
Literally.
Yeah. Braving the darkness, enduring the cold, it went. Until at long last it reached her.
Yeah.
So it was, yeah. The one who created it, the one who called it into the world.
Oh yeah, it is like mother and like
It reminds
child.
me of, have you ever seen Friday the 13th?
No.
There's this one with Rob Zombie. It's pretty good. And it's like Jason's gets out of the asylum and he's trying to track down his sister.
Aren't you thinking of Halloween?
Halloween, that's it, not Friday.
Yeah, Friday the 13th is Jason
and Pamela.
And Halloween is Michael Myers.
Michael Myers, yeah, sorry. That was a good one, Rob Zombie.
Yeah, as soon as you said Rob Zombie, I'm like, Rob Zombie did not make a Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah, my bad, sorry. Sorry all you Die Hard fans out there. Alright, tentatively, almost fearfully, it inched forward.
In fourth.
It inched forth, but it's going forthward. So,
Yeah.
It's headed forth. Touching her lightly, swaddling her softly, it held her with care and delicacy.
Especially in down this area.
And then what's her name's gonna do something that's gonna piss it off.
Yeah.
Belair, was it? Vanilla. However, something was wrong. The warmth it remembered was not there.
Because the mine's already been transferred.
Yeah. Unmoving, unbreathing.
Well, we don't need the oxygen mask on it then.
Yeah.
On her.
What's the point of keeping her body there if her mind's in the machine already?
Like, body and mind, you've got to transport it together, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Life did not beat within her chest. It quivered. The tendrils holding her lost their steadiness. It had come too late. On the cusp of reuniting at last, she had been taken away.
And it's gonna get outraged and kill everyone.
Yeah, probably. Nothing. At that realization, it could do nothing. And so, unable to do anything else, it devoured her there. It howled, it roared, it screamed.
It made sound?
I don't know, might be evolving. For the one that had called it into existence. For the one it could not save. It happened suddenly and without warning. Dozens of tendrils lancing through the air.
Tentacles sort of works. Especially when you're talking
Tentacles.
biomass.
Well, tentacles. Hentai tentacles. Tentacles.
They came to a abrupt stop.
Are you reading now?
Yeah, I'll take over.
Oh. That's the scream or the howl.
Then, a cry unlike any other shook the ship. Also, this right here, the whole lines and all that, that was actually used in the first game.
Oh, okay.
Mournful roar. It sapped me of all strength, brought me to my knees. Okay, so we're back in Valor's perspective.
Yeah.
Leadened, listless, I lifted my head. Watching blankly as the tendrils turned their tips and began to gouge themselves.
Is it killing itself?
It's killing itself! Holy
In a
mackerel!
mad frenzy.
Okay! Well, this is interesting. It's killing itself off.
Yeah.
For some reason.
It has no reason to live now.
Yeah. Also, that blood spur was also used in the first game. You haven't reached the moment where you see it.
No. Torrents of red painting the halls, painting the world.
Paint the whole world red.
Somehow I saw it grow dull.
Dull.
Even in its dying throes, it continued to scream. Wailing, protesting, until the very end.
Till it killed itself completely. Oh, wow.
When it was finally over, a pool of blood was all that remained.
Holy jeez, what the heck happened here? There's a lot of gouges.
Yeah. Bracing against my blade, I try and rise to my feet.
Just make sure the blade does not slip and cut your foot off.
Yeah, be careful. But unable to hear the strain, my legs... Unable to bear the strain, my legs give out beneath me.
You got bare legs?
Yeah. My wounds were severe, the pain unrelenting. Yet somehow it felt dim, ebbing at the edge of my ebbing at the edge of ebbing at the edge of my consciousness.
We're not doing well in English today.
No.
What happened to us?
Dragging myself through the blood, I used the wall to support myself as I staggered to my feet. Stumbling forward, unknowing, unsteadily, I went to the place that she waited.
She's gonna find out that she's dead. Oh, it's the opening screen, but it's
no bed.
No bed.
Blood.
It's just blood. It's a nice old sea of blood.
That's probably the sea, the Akara sea.
No, it's the blood from the biomass.
Yeah, I know.
She was right before me now. She was right there. So why? Why did it feel like she wasn't?
Because her mind's in the big machine thing.
Yeah. It was the same as always. I'm moving. Her eyes shut.
So 6L is a she.
Yeah. 6L is a she.
Yeah.
The dragon we didn't know the gender of.
Okay. That's right.
Awaiting the day she would awaken once more. Yet, I knew that day would never come. Because she's dead.
Because her consciousness isn't in her body.
I had known for a long time. Decades. Perhaps since the moment I first laid eyes on her, or since she first held me in a fleeting dream. I knew, and yet still I had hoped. Oh, that imagery is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that imagery.
What
does the symbol mean?
I don't know, but note, they both have white hair.
Maybe they're the same person in different timelines. Bless you. Boom, see that? Timelines. I was like, maybe they're from different timelines.
What the hell happened to your foot?
Oh yeah, I heard it. That's why I'm wearing these thongs, you know, to air out my wound.
I'm just looking at it, I'm like, nah.
Yeah, I had an itchy bite and I just scratched it too hard.
But yeah, they both got white hair. Which is most likely an important point.
Yeah.
Because I think what they're supposed to be is they're like the same sort of person.
Is that kind of like blood there in the hair?
Yeah. There was no name for me to call out. She had never been given one. A mechanical string of numbers and letters. So the people she offered everything to, that was all she amounted to. Born into this world and torn from it, without ever being able to call her life her own. For this to be how it ended, at that moment, a ping noise sounded through the air.
Arrival at destination confirmed.
You're not going to do that voice?
Arrival at destination confirmed.
I love it. I love that voice.
Yeah.
It's probably the best voice.
Atmospheric conditions verified suitable for human habitation. Navage Mondo observation term deploying. We're trying to get like a voice modulator, you know, just trying to make it sound like an actual TA woman announcing. PA, sorry.
Not TA.
No, TA's I know there's a TA one as well. What's that for? But I meant PA. No.
A click and a deep rumbling.
That's probably my stomach. So hungry.
I watched as the ceiling above began to part. Although, one thing to note was that it was hexagons.
Hexagons, what was?
The whole thing was made of hexagons. Which is an important point in the first game at the very start.
Well, we're going to see the scenery here, and we're going to see if it matches.
Yeah. At first, I didn't realize what I was looking at. A blinding, brilliant blue, unlike any I had ever seen. It burned into my retinas, rousing something deep and primordial within me. Far above, a glowing orb cast its warmth upon me. That's called the sun.
What is this strange device?
As if holding me, as if hugging me.
Oh my god, it's the 13th calamity.
The sun. Oh, it's just...
Humanity's last haven.
Okay, so they do have sort of different. Like hers has like a purple hue for some reason, and Falora's has no hue. The Sanctuary for the Lost.
I watched it alone.
You can go for a bit.
Alright, the one who brought this world about. The one who gave us this shining, radiant sky. She was right here. Right here in my arms. And yet...
if you remember GT Live, their joke is
GT Live.
Yeah, Game Theory Live.
Game Theory.
You've never heard
Speaking
of
of GT, did you hear that they might be banning GTA 5 if a new bill gets passed? They're already trying to ban it in Illinois. And they're blaming, there's so many car thefts. It's GTA's fault.
Yeah.
It crushed me. Made the air in my lungs spin.
That's not a good sign. You're gonna die if that happens.
I couldn't breathe. I couldn't give form to the words that could carry it all away. And I say, hey! And so I simply screamed at that blindingly blue sky whose gentle rays cut deeper into me than any blade. You right?
Oh, I think some spit came with that.
Yeah. You seen that meme with the guy? With the sun?
The song.
That's like he's the sun, just going, Bleeding, unable to breathe. It was all I could do. All I could do to keep from falling apart.
Oh, don't make me scream again. Oh, that's a beautiful shot, though. Oh, that's so beautiful.
It's in heaven now.
That's it. That's the ending. That's the ending.
What is Renpi's gaming like thing, right? What's it called?
No,
a game maker.
Scenario and director Senti. Go to their Twitter page.
Yeah. Should we wait to see if there's anything else?
I think this is really it. But yeah, we should wait until there is something else.
Is it finally found the sun, so that's good.
But we still don't have a confirmation if it's the same world as the first game or not. But the imagery of hexagons, the fact that the name Socotrine comes up, leads me to think it is a prequel.
Yeah, it does make sense. So, sound effects, 2018 to 2089.
2019. Hey, at least it wasn't 2020.
Thank you for playing. So what's the next one we're doing?
I think that's it.
That's it for this one?
Yeah. That's beautiful. That is a cool shot.
So it's like the sun, the blood is growing flowers.
That's actually gross when you think about it. Like
the new calamity is growing.
But again, the hexagon stuff is making me think.
You see how it's open now?
Yeah. It is really cool.
Yeah.
And the bed's just gone at this point. It would have been funny if the bed just floated up on the screen. It's just like it's just like comes up to the top lower. It's just like floated there. Although I think in that situation it was actually bolted or something like that, possibly.
Yeah.
What did you think of the game?
I thought it was alright. Wish we had some chairs though to sit. Aside from that, yeah.
Well, I'd have to get another one of these sort of chairs.
I enjoyed reading it. I need like a high chair, because I'm a big boy. A big boy needs a high chair. Like a big man needs a high chair. needs a throne.
I really enjoyed that story.
Yeah, I did too.
Like, there were some surprises, like with the kids being bombs.
Yeah.
The death of the
like,
dragons, yeah.
Yeah, the head getting cut off.
The head getting cut off, yeah.
Like, what?
Although, I'm gonna say that the original was still better.
Yeah.
Because with the original game, when I first ever played it, I was not expecting a horror game at all.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, it turned horror faster than anything else.
This one doesn't feel like horror. It just feels like, to me, it's like.
Yeah, I didn't feel horror as much from it.
I feel more, maybe it's like a game about hope, basically, never giving up.
Yeah. The first one is genuinely supposed to be sort of like a horror storyline. Because, like, it starts off really positive at first.
Yeah, and then it goes.
It's just like.
It's like a roller coaster. It's like positive.
It's like positive.
Negative. Put that on a Valentine.
What?
Like, okay, yeah. For all the positive things in the world, negative stuff's around the corner. Or something like that.
That is not a good card.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, you haven't reached the end of the
No.
Do you mind spoilers for it or not?
No, I see.
So the end of the first game ended really suddenly. Because, like, a lot of it, most of it actually takes place in the past of the story.
Okay.
Because, like, you've reached the episode with the fire.
Yeah.
So that event had to happen in the story because one of the kids lost their voice and another one of the kids lost their arm. Like, both their arms to the elbows.
Yeah, I remember that.
Seeing that moment was sad in that, wasn't it?
Yeah. Wasn't as sad as it was gruesome.
Mm. Well, it is sad because she's lost both her arms. She literally cannot do anything without her brother.
Yeah, she's gonna have to learn how to use her feet.
Monkey it.
Yeah, just get like opposable thumbs on the heel. She's good to go.
No, that is not right. But yeah, what ends up happening at the very end is you find out that the boy, like that boy who lost his voice, his mother had a virus thing going on that drove her crazy.
It's gonna drive him crazy, is it?
That is what it's indicating at the end, yeah.
Okay.
So that one was more like
he's gonna go bipolar?
No, just bad things happening sort of story.
Okay.
It's like that's sort of the idea of horror most of the time. Things go wrong all the time.
Yeah.
Until there's a resolution. And sometimes that resolution is nothing. Like the villain wins.
Yeah.
But
it's like, have you heard Shadow of the Colossus?
Yeah.
It's like kind of like that.
Yeah.
You think the
hero ends up dying.
Yeah.
But his partner comes back to life and escapes.
And there's this other game. Have you heard of Eco?
And is it Eco in the Blind Forest?
No, just Eco.
No.
It's from the people that made Shadow of the Colossus, I believe. Because at the end of Shadow of the Colossus, she wakes up and she finds this baby with horns. And then you see a kid later in the game with horns. And so that kid is actually descendant of the baby. Because it's like, I think it's the guy, he gets reincarnated as the baby. But he now has horns. And so all his family, because of him freeing the demon, end up being born with horns. Or they grow out as they get older. So,
but yeah, this was a really wild story.
Yeah.
Like, there were moments that were surprising, but overall it's not my favorite.
Yeah.
Fallstreak 1 is still my favorite.
Still good though.
Yeah, it's still good. Anyways, links to all our YouTube channels will be in the description below. His and both of mine. And links to everything else that I use, and you don't really use much, so yeah, other than Facebook, and I don't want your Facebook getting flooded.
Yeah.
because that's more for
Yeah,
personal
I'm
use,
thinking
isn't
of
it?
yeah, I'm thinking of setting up maybe this on BitChute or Odyssey, you know, just to get my videos out there.
You should try Twitter. Like,
Nah, Twitter, man, all that shit going on Twitter.
I don't even really use Twitter that much,
Yeah,
but like I have it just in case.
yeah, I got an account too, but I only use it to read updates.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channels and hit the notification bell so you know when videos come out on all of them. Ding a ding ding. I'm the Mad Scientist, out.
See you, everyone.